Hi guys, so today we're making the best Christmas drink ever. Oh well, maybe one of the best Christmas drinks ever. But today we're making sorrel. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna be using the dried sorrel flour, but if you're using the fresh flowers, that it works the same way as the dried one. Okay, so in a pot I'm adding in the sorrel flour, and I started to add in my water, and altogether I'm adding in 12 cups of water. Next, I'm gonna add in a piece of ginger, and to peel the ginger, I'm just gonna scrape it. You can use a knife or even a spoon, works really well, and just scrape the skin off it. And then I'm gonna chop it up into smaller pieces but still in chunks, and just add it into the pot with the sorrel flowers. So don't forget to check the link down below for the measurements for everything I'm using. But yeah, so add in the pieces of ginger, and then I'm gonna finish adding in my water. Altogether I added 12 cups of water to my sorrel. Now I'm giving it just a slight mix to mix the sorrel with the water, and as you can see, the color is already releasing from like the sorrel flowers already, and we didn't even boil it yet or put it to soak it. Okay, so next I'm adding in a few bay leaves, and I'm also gonna add in a few pieces of cloves. So put that into the pot with the sorrel. Okay, so next you want to add in some cinnamon sticks and mix that into the pot, and then we're gonna put our sorrel to boil. So put it on the stove over medium heat. Once it comes to a boil, you're gonna let it boil for about 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes, the sorrel is gonna look something like this, and what you want to do is turn it off the stove. And next I'm gonna sweeten the sorrel with sugar. So I'm adding in the sugar, and you're gonna sweeten it to your liking, and I'm sweetening it while it's hot so the sugar can melt and dissolve in it while it's still nice and hot. Okay, so once you finish mixing in the sugar, you're gonna cover the sorrel and you're gonna let it steep overnight. So you can let it steep overnight or for at least about 4 hours so that all that good flavor can be in the sorrel. After it's finished steeping, you're gonna use a really large strainer or a cheesecloth to strain the sorrel juice out of the spices and the flowers. For me, a cheesecloth actually works best, so if you could find one, use one. And you're just gonna pour everything into the cheesecloth or the strainer and let the juice drip into the mug. So yeah, if you're using a cheesecloth, just squeeze all the juice out of the flowers. Okay, so once you finish straining it, all that's left to do is to taste the sorrel and see if it needs any more sugar. So if it needs more sweetening, you're gonna add in some sugar and mix that into it. Then sometimes I like to add in a little bit of mixed essence. So if you have that, you could add it in. And the last thing to do is to pour yourself a cup over some ice. This tastes really well over some ice. And if you're serving it for yourself, you could add in some rum. So yeah, that's it. The rum adds a really great flavor to it. But if you're making this for kids also, I would suggest adding the rum to a separate mug or in your cup itself. And that's it for this recipe, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you give it a try. Happy holidays to you and your family, and don't forget to add the rum in your sorrel because it's the best part. Bye guys.